Hello everybody, Big Rich here at Ohio Fish Rescue, and today we're going to do something we haven't done in a while. Look at this 4,400 gallon tank. It is amazing. Well, I am going to tell you all about it and about all the fish in there. So stay tuned with us. Are you done yet?
You around if you don't stop it.
Okay guys, this is the 4,400. Now, let me give you some dimensions here. It is 6 foot from the floor to the top of here, the water level. This is like, I don't know, I'm 6'1", and I come up to right here. So that's about 6'5", 6'6", sticking there. So it's 6 foot from this point here to the floor, and it is 7 foot from the front all the way to the back wall. That's 7 foot deep, and it's 14 foot going from side all the way over to the other side. Comes out to 4,400 gallons, and we've had it pretty much, geez, I think 12 years now. Let me see. These here are the marble Achara cats. This is, everyone knows him. That's Schwarzenegger. Now, he's been with us for 23 years. He's almost 40 inches. He's a big, big boy. He's well past his life expectancy. He is actually he is a iridescent shark, but a xanthic, a gold iridescent shark. A regular iridescent shark looks like this guy. And he's about, I'd say, I don't know, 32 inches maybe. And that's their normal color. But this guy here, he's been with us forever. So everyone loves him. And then in here also we've got the black-eared Peroon shark. Now he'll get pretty big, about 5 foot. He's a big, round, fat boy though. He's really neat. One of my favorite fish here. Very, very neat fish. Another neat fish. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Oh, I don't get much sleep, so. The Phoenix barb. Look at how awesome he looks. Just a beautiful, beautiful fish. A lot of times people are like, what's that fish at this point in the video? What's that fish? So that's why we're going to go ahead and name all these fish. That is a Phoenix barb. And of course, everyone knows clown knives. Well, there's a bunch in here. There's one there. Let me see, there's one in the corner there. There's one right here in front of us. There's one right here on the wall. There's still more in there somewhere. Where are they all hiding at? Well, I guess that's all the clown knives. But in the back corner, we have a black belt cichlid. Come on, these guys are camera hogs. These are the Marmoratus longistris, the marble Achara cats. And then, of course, we have our Arowanas. That's a high shine silver. That's a regular silver. This is a regular silver, too. This guy here, he came in with a broke back when the story was he jumped out when he was little, and he ended up like that, and he lived, and they took care of him, so we took him in here to give him a nice bigger place to swim, and he's doing great. He's living out his life here. And we have regular tinfoil barbs, but they're big. I mean, that's the biggest tinfoil barbs. Let me see, what's he? I'd say about 18 inches, 16 inches maybe. There's a lemon barb there, and the regular tinfoil right here with the red. There's another lemon there. Now in here somewhere we also, oh, this guy, a short-bodied Peroon shark. And that's not chewed up or beat up, that's just how his fins have grown. And he's not supposed to be like that. It's a deformity or a gene menacing problem that people do. I don't know. All I know is this is how he's been forever. but he is a short body and he's stubby. We have a big red devil in here. Now I don't know if this is the Cinspilla. I think it's the Cinspillum. Nice cichlid though. We have a big Oscar back there, and the biggest Oscar we got there, he's 17 inches now. He's a big boy. He's all the way in the back though. The biggest Oscar I've seen. Let me see. We have this giant gourami. Oh, look at this guy. It's a big tarpon, Atlantic tarpon. He is a monster. And he can get up to 5 foot too. He is a big boy, and he's a perfect specimen. Look how beautiful he is. Now we have another one over here that was never doing as good. This guy here. He grows slower. He's got problems on his other side. When he turns around, you'll be able to see it. But he's nowhere near as big. This one here is about 16 to 18 inches. This guy over here, no, I lost him. I'd say he's every bit of 24 inches. Easy. And then what else do we got in here? That's short body. Oh, we have there's so many different names for this. It's a ripsaw catfish or Terashuki cat. Its actual name is I can't think right now. A Oxydorus niger or a Niger cat. So there's a bunch of different names for that species of fish. Then we have a couple of oddball stingrays down there. That's just a black diamond stingray. And this is a hybrid black diamond Leopoldite stingray. This is a regular giant gourami here. Let's see what else we got here. There's a bunch of fish in here, but there's, repeats of the same species. Like 4 or 5 of the Achara cats, 3 of the... Oh, there's another stingray down here. 3 of the... what are they? I don't know. There's just, like 4 of the Arowanas, 4 of the Achara cats, 3 of the iridescent sharks. That's what I was trying to think of. And, there's just a bunch everywhere. But this tank, we got the lava rock left in here. We used to do all of our filtration with just the lava rock. And we had over 2,000 pounds of lava rock. And the moment we got rid of that and put in the bio balls, our the capability went way up with just 2 drums, like 30-gallon drums full of bio balls, did all the work that 2,000 pounds of lava rock did. So we've eliminated all the lava rock except for these pieces in here. We used to hold down these branches. So because it was all in here, we had to take it all out. So we left some in there, hold these branches up. But they're not here for biofiltration anymore. We don't use it in any of our filters and any of our homemade filters. It's all bio balls. You can fit so much more bacteria on a bio ball than you can on a lava rock. And they're so much smaller and lighter. And they're not sharp and don't scratch up your fish. So we've changed everything over to them. Let me see what else we got. There's some more of the clown knives. There's 2 more down there. Everybody gets along in this tank. We haven't had problems out of this tank in a long time. There's 3 of the Achara cats. So, but yeah, we originally got this tank from H2O Aquatics, and they were going out of business. That's how we got the tank. And then these branches, these actually came out of what was that? We got them from Nick Zarlinga, but he's the I don't know, the curator of the Cleveland Zoo or something like that. But he got them from SeaWorld when they closed down, along with a bunch of tanks that we bought off him, you know, in the past. And you know, we ended up just keeping these here, and these come in handy. If you can see close, there's a broken branch there. All they are is PVC pipe, and they have some sort of clay over them that hardened, and it looks like tree up here, but you can tell it's a PVC pipe there that busted off. And the end of this pipe here, you can see busted off. But they're really old. They were sitting in the warehouse for, you know, 15 years, and we've had them now for a year and a half. So yeah, I got to come out here and clean these windows. See this? I'll move back and forth. You can see the dirt on them. There's so many people that come here, and you know, they touch the glass, and kids, and then the water spillage on it, getting fish in and out from the top. So let me see. Oh yeah, there's this Arowana. He's always had that little bump on him. But we don't discriminate if they have a imperfection. We take in all fish. We actually had a stand for this tank at one time, but because if you look at the roof, there's no room for a stand. It was, I think, 30 inches tall, and you know, 14 foot long and 7 foot wide. And we know the guy that's got it now, and we could actually get it back, but I don't ever see us moving this tank to a different place to where we can set it up on its stand. So yeah, that's everything about the 4400 I can tell you. Basically what we do is we use this tank as a grow out for, like, you know, the iridescents in here. Now, that's the biggest iridescent we got, but we leave him in here because, for one, we equate him as like a 99-year-old man. You don't want to pick him up in a net and move him, or even in a blanket or anything like that. So he's staying here forever. He's, you know, at the end of his life expectancy, so he's going to stay here. We're not going to move him. That is, these other iridescents, like this guy here is getting pretty big. We can move him into the pool now. Stuff like that. Same thing with these Achara cats. And things, as they get too big in here, and that Niger right there, we can move them out to the big pool. So we're using it as staging, you know, different size staging. Same thing with the 1000. Certain fish fit in there. Same thing with the 750. Certain size fish fit in there. And the same thing with this 3000 over here. You know, and this 600 behind us. The new baby, well, baby, let me see, these tiles are 4 inches, 4, 8, 12. So he's about 16 inches. Baby arapaima. He's going to stay in here for a little bit, and then he can go into the next bigger tank. This Paraiba is getting ready to be moved out of here. He's way too big for this tank. But this was our growouts for the baby stingrays. But this concentration is on this tank here. So let me see. What else I got to tell you about it? Oh, when we went and got this, that's a story. I'm just going to point the camera at the tank and let you watch the tank for a while. When we went and got this, I took a pickup truck and a car trailer. I wasn't going for the tank. I was going for the filtration to help our fish room. And I found the tank while I was there. So then I had to call Josh, and I had originally told him, go ahead and invite your friends over, have fun, you know, I'm going to be gone for the weekend. So then I call him when I get there. It was a 9-hour drive. And we get there, and I call Josh, and I tell him, forget that, Josh. You have to go to ABC Rental right now, rent a pickup truck and a car trailer. I just bought the biggest fish tank you've ever seen. And he goes, okay. So he goes, and Josh meets us there. And now we've got the car trailer on his pickup truck had the tank stand on it. And then we had the stand on my car trailer on my pickup truck. And then our back of our pickup truck was full of all this other filtration and stuff we bought there. And, you know, so we're driving home, and it was a snowstorm. And now I'm going downhill, and they're pretty steep hills through Pennsylvania. I'm going downhill, and this tank, okay, before I even get to that, I couldn't drive more than 55 miles an hour. we actually loaded the tank wrong and had too much weight on the back of the trailer. It wasn't on the nose of the thing. So as soon as I got past 55, the trailer would start doing this and jerking. And at one point, the first time it happened, I'm trying to correct, and this whole weight is jerking back. It went up on 2 wheels, you know, on one side. So I thought we were going to lose the tank and flip over. But I was able to correct and got it back down, and the tank made it. Josh is behind me, and he's calling me. He's like, "What are you doing?" So I explained the nose weight thing. You can't have, you know, all your weight on the back of the trailer because it'll do that to you. It'll sway back and forth. So you have to have the nose weight on there and the weight a little bit forward of the center of your trailer. So there's more weight on the nose than there is on the tailgate, and then it'll track right. Well, so now we're driving. We can't go above 55. Now it turns a 9-hour drive into like a 12, 15-hour drive. But we hit Pennsylvania, and there was so much snow that we're going very slow, like maybe 30 miles an hour, and I start going down this hill, and I just getting pushed. And every time I hit the brakes, I'd slide, and so I'm having to let off the brakes, tap the brakes, let off the brakes, tap the brakes to try and slow me down because we're gaining speed faster and faster and faster down this hill. And I know as soon as we get to 55, we're in trouble, you know. So I kept tapping the brakes and you know, getting as much traction as I can before I'd start sliding. And man, I was actually really scared on that trip. And I was able to keep it down, and we didn't hit 55 down that hill, and we made it to the bottom. I'm like, God, please don't let no more hills like that. You know, we were just, everything was slippery. And in Pennsylvania, there's no lights on the highway. It's pitch black. So now we're driving along. We're doing about 35 again, and we're thinking, okay, this is some slippery roads. This is crazy driving. You know, I'd been up the whole weekend now. I think when I got home, it was 79 hours I'd been awake, but I'm driving home now, and I'm so worried that it's cold, it's snowy, it's slippery, and you know something's going to happen. We're doing about 35 on the highway, and this semi comes blaring past us. Must have been doing like 70. Just shook the tank in my car, everything. Oh my God, I was like crazy. But I got to thinking, them things have a lot of weight to them, so he had a lot more traction than I had, and I'm sure his tires were better than mine. So. We had a heck of a time getting this tank here. And then even when I got it home now, we pulled it in the driveway, and I didn't have a place to put it. I mean, I bought the tank because I ran across a great deal. I had to have it, you know. And so it sat in my driveway on my car trailer for 2 years. Now, it snows in Ohio, so this is an acrylic window, 14 foot long. And I talked to Water Dog Products, the people who made this. They said that this window will shrink up to a 1/4 inch if it gets cold. So what we did before we left, we covered this in drawer liner, clear drawer liner, like a plastic stickiness. And then we put styrofoam on, because you can see my hand can bury under this right here. This goes, you know, it moves back some. So this goes back about 1.25 inches. So we bought 1-inch styrofoam and then put that all over the front here and taped it together. Then we shrink wrapped everything on here. Then we wrapped it with tarps, and that's how it was on my trailer. Well, to make sure the temperature stayed up, I had a big gardening thermometer that I taped to the wall, and I had a heater inside of it on the other side, and I taped it to the floor, and we had an extension cord going to an inverter in my car. Well, when we got home, we just plugged that camera and the heater into the house current, and I could see inside this tank. For 2 years, that's how it sat outside, until I bought this house, and I made this addition. If you can see behind it, that's a vinyl siding. That's the outside of that building. I made this addition, and before the walls came in and the cement cured for the slab, we went ahead and drove this back here and sat it here. Then they finished the walls around it, is how we got that in here. So that is the full history of this tank. Hope you guys liked today's video. Hit that like button and subscribe, and you know, stick with us. We are going to be doing some crazy things coming up soon, and we've got a few celebrities coming real soon, and a huge celebrity coming to do a video with us within the next month. So big things are happening. All right, guys, as always, stay fishy, my friends.